Tyler Perry is now facing a lawsuit for allegedly assaulting a man, and Monique appears to be quite pleased with the development. Monique has been trying to warn the public about Tyler Perry for quite some time, but many dismissed her concerns, assuming she was simply bitter due to their long-standing disagreements. However, recent events suggest that she may have had a point all along. Interestingly, Monique is not the only one speaking out. Comedian Katt Williams has also raised concerns about Tyler Perry's behavior. If there's anyone familiar with the hidden sides of the Hollywood industry, it's Katt Williams. Like Monique, Katt has been suggesting that there's more to Tyler Perry than what most people see. Despite their warnings, both of them were labeled as haters and accused of trying to bring down a successful black man. But current developments suggest their concerns might have been valid all along. It doesn't stop there. Monique and Katt Williams have much more to say. They didn't just comment on this case, they also highlighted a number of other men who Tyler Perry has allegedly wronged over the years. This situation could potentially unfold into something much larger. Let's take a closer look. One thing is certain about Monique: she has consistently called out Tyler Perry and has always stood firmly on her beliefs. It's almost become a running notion that if Tyler Perry no longer has any critics, it's because Monique is no longer around. So, when news surfaced about the recent allegations against Tyler Perry, many expected Monique to respond, and she did without hesitation. Soon after the news broke, she addressed the situation publicly and openly criticized Tyler Perry. On Instagram, she shared a video that many fans interpreted as her taking direct shots at him, Tyler Perry, and wrote, "Guarantee you can't beat me up."
You get mad, even if you get offended. So, what you gonna do? Because I guarantee you can't beat me up.
Monique's response was right on cue, and considering the history of tension between her and Tyler Perry, it wasn't surprising that she would have something to say about him. In fact, her remarks were actually more restrained than many expected. But Monique isn't the only one addressing the situation. Katt Williams also spoke up. It's not entirely surprising to hear from Katt Williams on this matter. Much like Monique, he has been warning people for quite some time that Tyler Perry may not be the person many believe him to be. Katt has a history of shedding light on some of the darker aspects of the entertainment industry, and many will remember his comments made during his appearance on Club Shay Shay.
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us.
Reports suggest that Katt Williams is not at all surprised by the recent allegations. He has reportedly had doubts about Tyler Perry's conduct for years. Now, with both Katt and Monique speaking out together, it seems they are doubling down on their efforts to reveal more about Tyler Perry. When these two unite, it signals that something significant could be unfolding. So, what exactly have they said about Tyler? According to sources, there have been long-standing rumors about his alleged behavior. Although the current accuser is reportedly the first to come forward publicly, insiders claim he may not have been the first victim. It's been suggested that Tyler Perry allegedly assaulted actor Christian Keys in the past. Before we explore those additional allegations, let's take a closer look at the current lawsuit, which appears to be quite serious. Actor Derek Dixon has officially stepped forward and filed charges against Tyler Perry. According to reports, Derek's accusations are substantial and highly concerning. He and the director met at an event back in 2019. In Derek's words, Tyler picked him out of a crowd and asked for his phone number, suggesting he might have a role for him. To be fair, Tyler did give Derek an opportunity by casting him in the show Ruthless. However, if Derek believed this was his big break, it turned out to be much more limited. It was only a small role, appearing in just 2 episodes at most. Still, Derek remained close and tried to stay within Tyler's professional circle. According to Derek, though, Tyler's interest in him reportedly went beyond simply offering an acting role. Derek claims things began to shift when Tyler allegedly started making personal advances toward him. According to reports in January 2020, Derek says Tyler invited him to his Atlanta home and he accepted, hoping to build a friendship that would lead to more acting gigs. But according to the suit, while there, Derek drank turmeric and he ended up sleeping. In Thegus' room in the docks, Derek claims Tyler got into the bed with him and started touching his thighs, and Althoff rejected the advances that night. Hecklem's Tyler remained interested. Derek claims that after he politely turned Tyler down, he was later offered a more significant role on The Oval. Although it wasn't a lead role, it was definitely an improvement from his brief appearance on Ruthless. From his perspective, it seemed like his acting career was finally starting to move forward. According to reports, this is when things began to take a new turn. It was around this time that Tyler also started firing off suggestive texts, including asking what Drew preferences were and telling him he has intercourse with men. Derek also notes his character Dell was written as gay, homeless, and desperate store clerk who had to sleep with other characters for a place to stay, he claims. That's exactly what Tyler told him he was looking for in a real-life intimate partner, somebody who would be loyal and dependent upon Tyler. Derek later stated that although he turned Tyler down, he was concerned about the possible consequences. He didn't want to jeopardize his job, so he tried to manage the situation thoughtfully. Derek explained to Tyler that he simply wasn't interested in that type of relationship, aiming to keep the conversation respectful without damaging any professional connections. However, the situation reportedly didn't stop there because of Tyler. Auntie again invited him to Atlanta later in 2020, and things allegedly took a dark turn. Derek claims Perry greeted him warmly but quickly started a sexual charged conversation, like asking him if likes it rough in bed, and then grabbed Derek by the throat while saying, "Look how excited you just got." However, according to Derek, the situation only became more difficult from that point on, as he went on to claim Faith's most aggressive incident allegedly went down in June 2021, again at Tyler's Atlanta home. Dixon was staying in the guest house and wearing only his underwear when he says Tyler came in to give him a goodnight hug. Tyler yanked down his underwear, groped his butt, and said, "Relax and just let it happen," and assured him it wasn't going to hurt. Well, Dixon says he managed to rebuff his advice by changing subject. The situation continued to grow more complicated, and fans have already started comparing it to what happened with Diddy. Similar to how Cassie's lawsuit set off a much larger conversation, many are suggesting that Derek's case could potentially lead to something on a much bigger scale. In his legal filing, Derek didn't just speak on his own behalf. He strongly suggested that Tyler has allegedly engaged in this behavior with other men in the industry. This lines up with the concerns that Monique and Katt Williams had previously hinted at, but Derek didn't stop there. He came with evidence. He presented text messages exchanged between him and Tyler, and they were far from casual. The tone was clearly flirtatious and noticeably bold. In one of the messages, Tyler asked Derek, "What is it going to take for you to have a guiltless intercourse? Have y'all found that yet in therapy?" "Yes, it's the exact same kind of car geometro," Derek then replied, "Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool. Where you come from?" Tyler replied, "Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends where in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ." In another text, Tyler wrote, "Nice Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? Is it stronger? You got to have a strong no." Derek replied, "Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real." Tyler then wrote, "Well, I don't think that booty do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear." And Derek said, "I'll only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Just kidding." Tyler then got real interesting and wrote, "Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through intercourse is in person, so just stick to the no unless you are really into him." In another message, Tyler's tone became even more direct and suggestive as he said, "I would hope that you would let Summian hold you and make love to you. You are reminiscing the best years of your life. My friend, trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon." But that wasn't the end of it. In another message, Tyler appeared to have strong feelings about Derek doing a photo shoot with another man. He subtly expressed jealousy and even suggested that he wished he had been the one in the photos with Derek. The tone clearly went beyond just a friendly exchange. Additionally, Hugh wrote, "What I mean by that is that you're so beautiful. When you finally are able to unlock your mind, you are going to make that person crazy." In a separate message, Tyler suggested he was feeling a bit different that day, mentioning that he was in that particular kind of mood, if you catch me drift. He chalked it up to his testosterone acting up, but the explanation didn't make sense. He went on to say he felt sorry for the person watching to flirt with him, which made it pretty clear the kind of energy that Hugh was on. Interestingly, it appears that people on set were beginning to notice Tyler's closeness to Derek. Tyler reportedly advised Derek to stay quiet about their interactions while on set. Tyler wrote, "Listen to me, if you let the cast know that you and I have a new friendship, then you're opening yourself up to a lot of questions and foolishness. You want them to know that you are there because of your talent and not because you have a friendship or because Tony got me to give you a job. You earned your spot like everyone else, and don't give people an opportunity to play you small or they will. I can't teach you everything, unfortunately. There are some things you have to learn for yourself, because when we go back to work, I'm not going to know you. I don't have any friends that work for me. My friend professionals is key, but if you thought that was already concerning, there's more. With people on set reportedly talking about them, you might expect that Tyler would pull back. However, that wasn't the case. Instead, he allegedly continued to pursue Derek and reportedly became even more direct in his approach. According to Derek, Perry started asking about Dixon's preference and what role Dixon took on when engaging in intimate acts. Whether he was a top or a bottom, which in intimate terms means whether Dixon preferred to give or receive a sex. Well, Perry further indicated to Dixon that he had intimacy with men before and that he was a top. Well, Perry further told Dixon that when you have a big D and when you at that G spot right on these bottoms, they go crazy. Perry and further told Planet that he wanted a man who was in a relationship with another individual, but with whom he could be emotional, live, evolved, and engaged in intimate acts with like a friend with benefits relations, because Perry did not have a time to deal with the emotional aspect of a relationship, only the physical. This is where things became even more noteworthy. Many will remember when Monique and Katt Williams alleged that Tyler had reportedly assaulted Christian Keys. That claim had already been circulating. Now, Derek Dixon appears to be making similar accusations in his lawsuit. According to the court documents, it was stated that December 2023, Christian Keys, an actor who worked for Perry prior to Dixon's employment, posted a video on social media platforms detailing his experience with an anonymous Black Hollywood billionaire, which Dixon pieced together and believes to be Tyler Perry. Dixon heard Mr. Keys' account and saw that Perry had been engaging in the same conduct as other actors, just like the interactions described by Keys. Perry will get drunk, climb into Dixon's bed and start fondling Dixon's behind. Dixon wanted to share his experiences with the media to prevent other actors from being hurt at the hands of Perry. Additionally, Derek claimed that Tyler Perry's studios allegedly paid Christian to settle the matter, stating to allegedly took action sagging Mr. Keys, including but not limited to paying Mr. Keys a certain sum of money and threatening him if he disclosed. Perry's situation is highly concerning and quite complex. Tyler Perry quickly responded by securing legal representation. His lawyer firmly rejected the accusations, stating that this is a person who intentionally got close to Tyler Perry, seemingly to set up a fraudulent scheme. The statement further emphasized that Tyler will not be extorted and expressed full confidence that these false claims of harassment will not succeed. However, with the ongoing allegations from Monique Katt Williams, Christian, and now Derek, it becomes increasingly difficult to dismiss the situation entirely, especially since Derek's claims closely resemble those made by Christian back in 2023.
When I was the one that was harassed for years, bullied, intimidated, and harassed for years. And I'm gonna be painted as a villain because y'all have deified this person. This industry is something else, and some of the people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to.
In Christian's account, he also mentioned a separate incident where a man entered his home and offered him $100,000 simply to watch him undress. The man reportedly had no intention of being physically involved or making any form of contact. He only wanted to watch Christian strip.
That he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, "I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked."
Although Christian did not specifically name the Black billionaire involved, he provided another clue, indicating that the individual is known for being a philanthropist and is widely recognized for contributing to the Black community.
I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on, if you gonna have. Now, this particular guy is out here paying tuition for entire classes of HBCUs after this sketchy want to air him out too.
There are only a few black billionaires in Hollywood, but most people immediately focused on Tyler Perry. Few have given back to the black community as consistently as he has. Tyler Perry is well known for supporting black causes and is quick to offer financial help, something that makes people curious. Interestingly, his generosity is now part of the reason some believe he might have been involved in the situation. With Christian Key's T the time, it was all speculation. But with Derek Dixon's recent lawsuit, along with the ongoing support from Monique and Katt Williams, it seems the situation may be gaining more traction. Some are now suggesting that Tyler Perry, also known for his Madea character, could potentially face exposure similar to what Diddy experienced. Monique has also hinted that there might be additional individuals who Tyler allegedly assaulted, and there are rumors circulating about a possible list. If such a list surfaces, especially through Monique, it could be significant. For her, it would likely feel like long-awaited justice. Let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the next video.